Welcome to Way Down, the pioneer of faith-based weight loss. Way Down has been around for over 20 years, and it is the only one of its kind. It's medically sound and faith-based. It's a program based on teaching people how to address the whole person and the root problem of overeating, how to end emotional eating. Learn the self-control of a thin eater, someone who can stop in the middle of a candy bar and have no desire to eat the second half. This educational seminar is based on reliable nutritional facts. Having a father that was a surgeon and a brother that was a surgeon, I grew up familiar and having much respect with the hospital and medical protocol. I have an undergraduate degree in dietetics and a master's degree in nutrition science. I'm a member of the American Dietetic Association with 5 years of experience working in health departments, teaching good nutrition to a large population, and then another 5 years of experience as an instructor of foods and nutrition at the University of Memphis. Way Down was a natural outbirth of all this information and has been around for over 20 years, and it grew to be international. Way Down Diet was published by Doubleday, and Exodus Out of Egypt was the first seminar. The seminars have been based on video lessons, books, audio lessons, and workbooks, which tell people how to eat and think like a thin eater and how to overcome binge eating. Way Down was established at the height of dieting, calorie counting, and exercising as the answer to permanent weight loss. And therefore, in the beginning, it was considered revolutionary.
Our guest tonight is Gwen Shamblin. She is founder of the Way Down Workshop. It's great to have her with us. She is a registered dietitian.
Our program's about the desire.
As you know, we're always in search of a diet that really works. And right now, a phenomenal movement is sweeping this country, gathering new converts every day. It combines two American passions, religion and a desire to lose weight.
What we're talking about is a choice.
She believes that through faith you can lose the pounds that you can't seem to get rid of any other way.
We're teaching people stop dieting and go to God, get down and say, God, can you do better than Rocky Road ice cream? You're the genius behind it. You know the nuts are in there. You've made the chocolate. But God, can you make me feel better than all these chips and dips in this great binge? And you know what? Thousands are finding out that he can make you feel better.
It became accepted first by the population because it just worked. People were losing weight left and right.
8,113 pounds.
11,700 pounds.
This is truly a power that is not seen anywhere else. Is that true, guys? Praise you, God. Clap if you feel better. Just feel better.
They've lost over 20,000 pounds.
It is tested and tried and true, and it has widespread acceptance.
Come on out, Gwen Shamblin.
3 years ago, Andy Sarles and his wife Maggie each weighed around 500 pounds, but together they are now 551 pounds lighter, and they credit Gwen Shamblin's faith-based diet book, The Way Down Diet. Good morning to all of you. Nice to see you.
Can believing in God and praying help you lose weight? Our next guests say, oh yeah, it can.
We're getting truckloads of letters of things that are happening as people have been able to transfer a relationship with food to a relationship with God.
What do you do when every diet you have tried has failed?
I think a lot of us are going, Well, some are using an unlikely weapon in the war against fat, their faith.
This long-standing permanent weight loss program has testimonies that have kept their weight off.
25 pounds, 10 years.
30 pounds, 10 years.
50 pounds, 10 years.
80 pounds, 10 years.
135 pounds, 10 years. 143 pounds, almost 11 years.
Principles that are taught with the Way Down Diet that have worked for me, that work for my patients, have caused permanent weight loss in both myself and my wife. I've lost 50 pounds. My wife has lost over 100 pounds. The principles that are taught within the Weigh Down diet are physiologically based. They have a sound basis in science to eat when you're hungry and to stop when you're full. Weigh Down diet has been around for more than 20 years and has obviously withstood the test of time.
It had such widespread acceptance in the medical community that eventually it influenced the Surgeon General and also the Center for Disease Control, showing that they're in complete support of what's been taught here for 20 years. Take your time, slow down, eat when you're hungry, and make sure that you are eating smaller proportions. Has it lost its momentum over the last 20 years? Absolutely not. We've been around for so long that we are on the second generation. Here's an article published just this past month in Shape magazine. On the front is Anna Lynn McCord. She's very thin and shapely and credits Weigh Down. She tells of how her mom lost 45 pounds and kept it off. She tells of how she was brought up in Georgia around fried foods and fatty foods, but her mom taught her Weigh Down and taught her how to eat like a thin eater.
We have been able to pass it down to our children. They are passing it down to their children. I know that they will be passing it down to their children. This is unstoppable because it's the truth.
It is true that this can be passed on to the next generation.
They've never had to deal with it. They've never had to deal with overweight, and it is so wonderful.
We know you really care and want to help your children and grandchildren so that they never go through the pain of overweight, the ridicule, the shame, and the hurt, and the grieving of obesity, or the health risk and the danger of anorexia, bulimia, or overweight.
I was a very overweight child. Just remember being very much in pain in my heart, being called names. I was very frustrated. I did top out in 8th grade at 170 pounds. I remember just the feeling of just absolute shame and embarrassment. I'm now at the size that I can't even remember being at because I was such an overweight child. I do feel permanently set free from this. I just feel so much joy in my heart and so much hope for my family that that pattern of overeating has stopped.
Since we have been around for so long, we have been copied. However, I can confidently tell you that no other program has more experience or better results.
I have tried it all, from diets to my own diets, to personal trainers, to 12-step programs, to treatment centers. None of it worked, and this is it.
The first class that I went through, I knew that this was it. This was the answer. I would never do anything ever again.
If you've ever tried to lose weight and keep it off, well, you know how frustrating it can be. Well, the current issue of Good Housekeeping has some inspiration for you. Carmen Tedder lost, are you ready for this, 102 pounds? Carmen, come on out. And you are on the cover of Good Housekeeping, holding a pair of pants stretched out to here, and look at you. Incredible. What worked for you, Carmen?
The Weigh Down workshop worked for me. It taught me to fall out of love with food and into love with God. And so now when I'm depressed or mopey, I go to God for those emotions, and I only eat when I'm truly physically hungry.
Yes, it is that time for Look at Me Now, the Joy Fit Club, and our newest member who's kept off 160 plus pounds. She is 38-year-old Jill Snap, a mother of 2 from Tennessee, who lost more than half her size and gained a whole new life.
When I think back of all those years that I was overweight, what hurts me the most is how much of life I missed.
Okay, Jill, it's time for your big moment. Come on out. Gosh! Oh, wait, let me look at you. Oh, no, it is not you.